coming to you on 7av Radio. That's tune in 7avradio.com. So it must be Wednesday, 3, and I'm going to be with you till 4. And today, hopefully we have a good show. I kind of hope that every day we have a good show. I know many of you people are out there standing in line trying to get your new iPhone 6. So you go ahead, stand that line. And when you get iPhone 7, yeah, iPhone 7. This ain't even 6. So when you're in the line, turn it on to tune in radio. Make that the first app you put right on your new iPhone 7 so that you could listen to ArchAngel or Return to Chivalry. And it is chivalry, so let the people around you listen to. They'll enjoy that. And you'll like it because that's a privilege that you can never get again until the iPhone 8. But whatever that is. Today we're going to try to talk about friendship. I know this is a subject that everybody already knows. Everybody says, I got friends. But it's like a friend. You know, the question is, what is that? What is a friend? You know, there's a lot of answers that come with what is a friend. A friend could be someone you count on in a time of need. And what I mean by a time of need, this is a true friend. These are the people that, I don't know, they're hard to find because many of them may not exist. You know, these are the people you call up and say, you know, they recognize you as a person and they see that you're in a hard way or anything, and they might just pop over to see if everything's all right. You know, it's a time of need. You might be trying to hide the fact that you're in some financial difficulty or that you have some physical ailment that's really getting ready to take your life or something. Then you're feeling pretty down and depressed, and who knows, your friend pops up with a cold beer or iced tea or whatever he might pop up or she might pop up with, and you know, just to extend a little friendship to you. These are true friends. These are people. Many people equate this with someone, you know, in a friendship with giving you money, or not giving you money, but they equate that friendship with money and a physical support. And what I mean by a physical support is something in the face of danger. For some people who live in areas where danger is commonplace, you know. We're not going to pretend here. This is the United States of America, and there are some places within the United States of America that are much more dangerous than other places, you know. And there are some places in the United States of America that never see anything that has danger in it, other than maybe a bear or two, but they don't have to deal with that, you know. But that's how some people see friends. Friends is somebody that they can count on for money. Say, oh man, I can't pay the electric bill, I can't pay the rent, I gotta buy diapers. It's just a whole lot of everything coming at you at once, and you're saying, I don't know what to do, I'm at the end of my rope. And then you got a friend. You call your friend up and you just say with a little bit of humility, you know, can you loan me a couple of dollars till I get back on my feet? And that friend instantly is like, here, I got a couple of cold dollars for you right here. Don't worry about it. You know, and that's the key word with a friendship. You know, don't worry about it. Other people might say, yeah, I can lend you a couple of dollars. That'll be 10% interest. We're going to come every first of the month. If I don't have it, we're going to just increase that 10% every until I own you, your family, and all the people for your next and several generations. Those aren't friends. People may find that friendship extends beyond these two categories. Like in the Catholic Church, we have in the Catholic Church a thing called godparents. You know, everybody think they know what a godparent is, right? You can think what a godparent is. You know, now godparents are friends. They're not family. You know, that they're not members. They may not even be members of the church you go to or something. These are people that you feel within your heart that if something ever really dramatic happens to you, where you die and you got your kids in there, excuse me, and they have to live and stuff, the godparents going to assume the responsibilities for those kids' religious uptake for the most part. That's what's going to happen. They're going to make sure that those kids get to church if they have to. They learn all these things. They're going to comfort those children in your absence. They're not going to be, in this day and age, that they won't be living so much with godparents stuff, because the government's not going to allow that. You know, government got to get theirs. Somehow the government's going to get their hand in your demise and have your kids and take them and do something with them, I don't know. Or the family's going to fight over who's going to take care of the kids and do this, and then with the government and the family, in some cases it might be, okay, now the kids are foster children to the sisters and the brothers, and they'll get paid for taking care of your kids. So, you know, they become a source of income. But the godparent's still going to be the person who's going to interject to make sure that those kids get the religious knowledge that they need, so that they can make sound kind of decisions in their life. Because those are the important things that you make in your life, is sound decisions. Alright? That's a little bit about godparents. I haven't seen my godparents since I didn't recognize them when I was a kid. I still don't. I don't think I'd ever recognize them. But that's just a ritual that the Catholic Church likes to have. I don't know if other churches have these rituals, you know. They might. They might. I just know a little bit about the Catholic Church as a godparent. I'm a godparent myself. I have no idea who the godbabies are or any of those things like that. It's just that, you know, but, oh, let's make Joe the godparent. Okay. All right, Joe, you the godparent. Oh, thank you very much. What that mean? You know? So now all you people out there, if you get to be made the godparent, you know what it means. That's your responsibility. Making sure that they receive a good, or at least a semblance to a good religious upbringing in life. You know, that's your responsibility. Not to the secular, not to making sure that they got shoes and stuff. That's a nice thing you do anyway, but to make sure that they have a good secular, religious upbringing. You know? So that's a little bit about the godparents, and we might float back and forth about those first friends that you make. You know, those real, true friends. I don't think many people have real, true friends. I could be wrong. You know, I know kids have a different form of friend. That's my friend. You know, but as soon as somebody else comes along, that might be their friend. So, you know, girls like to have one friend at a time. More than one seems to confuse them a little bit. So that's my friend. But that's their best friend. That's my best friend in the whole world until she becomes the dirty witch. You know, we ain't talking to her. You know? But that's how they're doing. Guys don't really have best friends. You know, they really have friends. And they're not really friends, they're members of the same kind of organization that they have. It might be the same baseball team. These are my friends, you know, play ball together, yeah, we good friends and stuff. But then when the football season starts, these are my friends, you know. We play ball together and, you know, we have a good time. And then there's basketball. Oh yeah, these are my friends, and we play ball together and we have a good time. And they just keep repeating that cycle over and over and over again until they no longer can play ball, or they become so good at it that, you know, now they're making money, so they don't need friends in their thing. You know, you don't need to have that feedback. But a lot of friendship is a lot about feedback. You know, people are so sensitive about their things. A good friend is going to be someone who's going to give you positive feedback. He's not going to be someone who's going to instruct you in the way that you live your life. He's just going to be someone who notices the things that you might do. Wow, that was cool how you did that, you know. And that would be a true friend. Yeah. But there are other friends too you make along your journey in life, you know, because we're always journeying through life. We make other friends, and you may be in an organization where you're assigned a person as their caretaker almost, or somebody who's going to just peek in on them and to make sure they're all right, to see if their needs are being addressed or something. This happens a lot in the different Christian religions, I guess, and maybe happens a lot in a lot of the other religions, the Jewish faith, the Muslim faith. It probably happens in all these. You'll be responsible for a family outside of your own, where you go there, you know, once a month or whatever like that, just to see if they need anything. You know, because sometimes people like to not shy away, but they think that if they say they need something, this is going to put a stain on their machismo or their status, and people will think that, oh, well, you know how to take care of your life and stuff. And that's not true, because situations happen where many people need to have somebody, and it might just be somebody to talk to, you know. And, you know, because that's I feel one of the more important parts of living is having someone to talk to, someone to chew the fat with, somebody to watch a game with, or somebody to just remember when with. You know, it's like that. And these friends are different. They're different. Their importance to you isn't as great as the true friend that you had when you you know, that person who you know you can count on and stuff, and just makes you feel good. Like I said, we'll be talking about that person some more. These friends are developed in a different way. Sometimes the friendship may not develop. They may just stay to the thing, okay, I checked that box, I went over and seen these people and everything, I did good. You know, you go back and tell whoever it is in charge of the whatever organization that you're in. Yep, did that. But there were other things that might happen. You went over there, now you actually were listening to the person, and the person was, they started to loosen up, and you loosened up, and then before you know it, you were actually having a conversation. There was some kind of dialogue about, well, you know, when I was a kid, I really wanted to be an astronaut. But then, you know, I have this fear of heights, so it's kind of really wasn't going to happen. Yeah, I lived in the cellar. I never ate in the cellar, lived in the cellar. It was hard to go to school because I had to come upstairs. You know, and that was a hard thing, all that height. And they might have stories like that to where you can really listen to them and empathize with them, and might say something to and now you start to form not a bond, but some kind of communicational relationship that just brings about a little bit of happiness to the both of you. And then, but your friends, you know, they'll be called friends because you have shared interests. You might find out that, what, you actually come from Minnesota? Well, I come from Minnesota, you know, and or Wisconsin or Fargo or something like that, and moved away for the same reasons, because the cows turned blue because it was a little chilly up there, so it was kind of hard to do. But you know, these are things that you can develop with people, and you didn't even know they're going to develop. You know, because everybody has their beliefs and a value system, and most of the beliefs and value systems that generate around the country are the same beliefs and value systems that the people who live in that country share. So, if you're lucky enough to be one of those people that can make a friendship because you were doing something in an organization, I'm giving you applause, you know, because that's a good thing. Yeah, all these things are good things. Now I'm going to play a little music for you, I guess. I don't know which one I'm going to play for you. I'm going to play that one with the fiddle. I like that one, just for a little bit. The devil went down to Georgia. Looking for a soul to take. It'll take a couple minutes to bring this up. I'm going to play that one for you just to get the mood up. So we need to talk more about friends. I don't have friends. Don't even like people. You know, I'm a firm believer in that bedlams and broomsticks. You know, when the bear pulled the people out, said, "People, people, what scurry luck! I think I'll throw them back in the ocean." You know, not really. I ain't gonna throw them back in the ocean. But no, I like people. They're all right. But I'm a hard pressed to find a friend. A friend is something that I choose. We're finding the devil, so all right. I think we gotta go and see how this is working. All right. But you hang. I'll be right back. So enjoy this here. I like this. A little fiddling music. All right, I'm back. I like that song. I think that is so cool. My boy just, hey, okay, devil, we got this. Yeah, you want some? You want some? Give me that golden fiddle. I like that. Because you can beat the devil, folks. You can beat the devil. Don't worry about it. He ain't all that tough. And you can beat him for your friends, too. If you want, you got a friend scared. You right there to support that friend in that kind of arena. And, hey, you take that old devil out. All you got to do, remember John, you got to fiddle high. Keep a smile on your face. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about not friends. You know, many times we call people friends, and it's out of courtesy. You know, we just say, "Oh yeah, that's a friend of mine. That's a friend of mine." You know, you don't even like the person. You know, in all honesty, it's like, I don't like that person, but you don't want to hurt their feelings and everything because that's not a good thing to do. So you call, "Oh yeah, that's a friend. That's a friend." Yeah, and in real life, you know, it's like, "That's not my friend," and you may not like them because of the way they make choices. They might be in the same organizational structure that you're in. You know, you might have to work with them. And so you know, you got to be polite and what's that, PC they call it, or something like that. And you know, in your heart, you don't like the choices that they make. But then someone says, "Well, what do you think about Johnny?" "Oh yeah, Johnny's a friend of mine." You know, you say, "Yeah, Johnny's a friend of mine." Yeah, you go every sideway, which way like this here. Your head's rocking a little bit because you're honest. All the honesty that's within you starts to come out. And you can't say, "Yep, he's a friend of mine," because you know it's a lie, so your head starts to wobble. So watch yourself when you're talking about the people that you call friends and you really don't like them. And I know, it's not polite to say, "I don't like that guy." You know, it's just so, I mean, you keep it as yeah, that's a friend of mine. You know? Because it ain't that you don't love the person. It's just that you don't like the choices that those people make. They're not sitting with the values that you have in life or the beliefs that you ascribe to. They're theirs, and that's the way the world is put together. God gave everybody the opportunity to make their own choices. And people take advantage of that. They make lots of choices. You know, you make real bad choices. Some people make good choices. Some people, they don't even know they make choices because they think they're never making a choice. I'm not making a choice, but then you made a choice not to make a choice. So it's like that. But all those people, you can call them friends because you love them as people. And you see them as people with all the abilities that everybody else has just to make friends. But, you know, you don't like them. I don't like you. Love you. Don't like you at all, man. You make dumb choices. What's the matter with you? And you know, the dumb choices that people make, they're not really dumb choices. They're just their choices. Cause I know I make lots of dumb choices, but I got my honey who's going to keep me from making too many dumb choices. Let me tell you about the bear. You know, last month when we were going up, we was hiking in the woods and heard about the bears in the area, and they got this place where you put your food so that the bears won't come. First thing in my stupid mind, let's leave some food out so we can see the bears coming. Yeah. And then just a couple of nights ago, found out just how scary that would have been. We were in a lean-to then, so we weren't on the cover. But because we had a bear outside our tent. We had a whole family of bears outside our tent making noise, and it was a kind of a scary ordeal. But it was cool. It was cool. They didn't eat us, so and we didn't have to eat them either. So it was all worked out for the best. So that, you know, that's a different kind of friendship. You know, that's the relationship type of friendship that you have with your loved one, the one that you chose to be your loved one. That should be your best friend. You know, that person was your best friend when you chose them. Why they're not your best friend now? Or maybe they were just the second best friend or the third best friend. Maybe you didn't even know the person. Who knows? But yeah, it's still, you should keep that person as your best friend, you know, because that's the person that you enjoyed a lot of happy moments with when you had youth and vitality. And just because, you know, you get a little bit of Geritol now and a little bit of, what's that, 5-hour energies and stuff. And for some of you guys, it might even be Viagra, but, you know, you're still your friends if that's your loved one. You should make them your friends. Not like those other people who you just literally say all the time, I don't even like that person, but I'm going to call them my friend anyway. Yeah. The friendship is a privilege. Friendship is seriously a privilege, and that's why I believe it's not all that nice to be calling somebody a friend and knowing that you really don't like them, because it's a privilege to have a friend, for them to be somebody's friend, because it's a two-way street. It's a give and take relationship. Even if the relationship doesn't happen on a daily basis or even on a yearly basis or a decade basis or whatever it is, the person's still your friend. It's give and take. The love that you share with that friend is something special. That and just to give it away for no reason at all, that's for me is a hard thing to do. I think what do we call those things? Yeah? Those aren't real. Here's the trick. Friendship is someone that you would die for. You know, I don't know if you'll ever get the opportunity to die for them, but you will say and you believe within your heart and your mind, yeah, I'd die for that person. You know, that's a friend. It's not like with a family and everything that's expected. You say, oh yeah, that's my family. I'm going to die for my family. You know, when it comes down to my family, I'm going to die for. I don't know how many people really going to die for anybody. But that with a friend, that's something that you say, but you do believe it. And that's a good thing. Here, I'm going to read to you. I know you're always waiting for this. You're always waiting for me to read. I'm going to read to you from the great children's book. Aesop's Fable. Yeah? Y'all should get this book. I don't know how old it is. It's a kid's book. Aesop's Fable. And it's a philosophy book too. It's a different kind of book. But I'm going to read to you anyway. I'm going to read to you about the kingdom of the lion. Yeah. When the lion reigned over the beasts of the earth, he was never cruel or tyrannical, but as gentle and just as a king ought to be. During his reign, he called a general assembly of the beasts and drew up a code of laws under which all were to live in perfect equality and harmony. The wolf and the lamb, the tiger and the stage, the leopard and the kid, the dog and the hare, and all should dwell side by side in unbroken peace and friendship. The hare said, oh, how I've longed for this day when the weak take their place without fear by the side of the strong. See, now that's friendship. That's a little bit of friendship right there. You know, in any kind of relationship, somebody's going to be the dominant person in that relationship. In any walk of life, there's going to be some people that are more dominant than others. And in a friendship relationship, the dominant person in the friendship relationship, they're going to look out for their friend's well-being. And that's the powerful part about that, you know. Will the lion have his kingdom like that? I doubt it. You know, I doubt it. He's gonna eat somebody. You know, that's what lions do. And then it's over. But that weak, the weak and the strong together is something like that. Everybody want to be strong, and we're gonna play that song in a little while too. But everybody wants to be strong, and just the fact of the matter is, sometimes people aren't all that strong. And in a world like we have today, where people really don't let their feelings come out to other people because they really can't give themselves for that to the friendship, because they're afraid, oh man, they're gonna think that I'm not this and I'm not that and I'm not this, you know. And then so I can't be their friend. How can I be their friend? They're thinking all this stuff about me, and they didn't even think anything about you because you didn't tell them anything, but you justified it in your head why you couldn't do this. And the actuality was, yeah, you were at that very moment, you might have been weaker than somebody who's stronger than you in that area, and they can help you out if they're a friend. And it's reciprocating. You can also help out somebody else. It always goes around like that, you know. You can give, they can give and take. And it goes like that. Some people call it karma, and you give and you get back with the karma and all that stuff. And that's a nice way of calling it, you know, karma and stuff. All it is just real, it's friendship. That's all it is. It'll happen if you have a friend. It's not, you can call it, like I said, you can call it karma, or you can call it Carmen if you want to, or Gloria, or George. You can call it anything you want to call, but when it comes down to the real face-to-face kind of thing like that, it's like you got a friend, and your friend is helping you out. And you can help out another friend, or you can give back to that friend when it's time. And that's how everything goes in life. So everything works out good. Because there's no shame with being the one at that moment who's in the weaker position. Nobody stays in the weaker position all the time. And no one stays in the stronger position all the time. There's always someone that's going to unseat the strong, and there's always someone that's going to build up to become the strong. You know, that's just the way things happen. And friendship is the powerful thing that makes that go. But remember, this is the friendship we're talking about for someone you die for. Yeah? Someone that in your heart and in your mind to say, yeah, if it came down to the choice right there, I'd die for that person. You know, because I really like that person. I really love that person, so I would die for that person. And you would say that in the conversation because you know that it's really not going to come down to me dying for anybody. But you don't know. And it just might happen. And you would do that thing. Like, I remember the terrorist attack where the guy put on that mask from the Batman and stuff and went into the movie theater. And a couple of people actually jumped on their loved ones to shield them from the bullets and stuff. So it could happen. They were very willing to die for that person. And they did. You know? But you know, I'm sure they were happy in the fact knowing before that last breath was taken, and that they actually had a privilege and an opportunity to die for somebody that they really loved, you know. And that's powerful. But everybody want to die for somebody, and hopefully nobody ever gets the chance. I don't want people to be running around jumping in front of cars and trains and all kinds of stupid things, running into burning buildings to save people. I mean, you can do that if you want to, but you don't have to. You know, people will save themselves from some of these situations too. But you know, just the feeling within your mind and in your heart, that's powerful. That's powerful, and that's gonna measure the amount of love that you have for a friend. You know that in your heart, I got your back all the way. I got your back? You know, yeah, and that's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing. Now, speaking about all that strong and everything like that, I'm gonna play one more song before I get to this next one. Alright? I'm gonna play a little honor. Yeah, we're gonna play a little honor. Good. Yeah, everybody wanna live forever. Oh, everybody wanna be bigger than dad. See, that's it, folks. With your weakness we was talking about, the weak and the strong, gonna be strong. Pump it up. Pump some iron. Pump anything you want to. Pump off the stage with some push-ups. Whatever it takes to make yourself confident in that thing. Everybody's confident. Everybody giving back to everybody. Everybody sharing love. Everybody trying to be together. Everybody want to be bigger than dad. So that's a little bit about pumping. I like that song too. I like that. I got the vision of Arnold and all them big boys on stage just be throwing it down, you know. All with big smiles on your face. And speaking of smiles, that's the measure on how you can tell if somebody's really somebody that you hold in your heart for some unknown reason. You don't even know what it is. Their name alone generates a smile on your face that you don't even know is there. And it's one of those smiles that reach from ear to ear. They just boom, and it jumps right on your face like that. At the name. Can you imagine that? Everybody has a friend like that, but a lot of people don't recognize that because it is so mysterious that these things happen, you know. It's like my friend like that, I ain't gonna mention her name on the air and stuff like that, because that ain't fair. But, you know, everybody know that's my friend. Why is it my friend? I don't know. I haven't got a clue, but I get this big old stupid grin-eating smile on my face like that, and it's just something that happens, and I'm sure, and I know for everybody has somebody like that, maybe 2 or 3 people, you know. I don't know what it is, but that's how you can tell. If you ever find yourself with a big smile on your face, you might be taking the bus. You might be driving in the car, you might be just walking down the street, and all of a sudden you broke out into this big smile. Just relax for a minute and think, oh, yeah, I was just missing my friends, you know, and all that joy just seemed to overwhelm you. And that's powerful. That's powerful. Now I'm going to talk a little bit on something else about friendship. This is a little bit of philosophical, but still has to do with friendship. You know, it's a self-friendship. Yeah, and I think this is important. It's the friendship that you have within yourself that transfers over onto other things. Like, you might enjoy so much being a photographer and everything that your relationship with that photography is well beyond any kind of job, well beyond an occupation or any of those things like that. You became a friend. You know, that was your friend. My friend is photography. I got a good friend. I got a Nikon camera. You know, I mean, they made songs about this Nikon camera and stuff. So I'm sure that boy had a lot of deep feelings for his photography. And everybody does that when they choose a profession in life. If they really take time to enjoy themselves, like last week we was talking about loving yourself and everything. So if you really take the time to really think about enjoying your own self, enjoying the love that you have for yourself, which is important, because remember last week said you can't love your neighbor or anybody else unless you love yourself first, because there's no measure. So you're not keeping with what God said. There's nothing to measure. I don't like myself, so why would I love somebody else? But if you love yourself, you know, now when it comes to friendship, you can have a deep friendship relation, you know, with a career, whatever that career might be. You might be a woodsman. You might be a carpenter or something, and you like making cabinets and everything. And this is something that gives you such great joy. You're out there making cabinets, and right through lunch, almost right through supper. You know, someone had to come on and call you. What are you doing? I'm out here. I'm enjoying myself making cabinets. You know, because I really enjoyed it. Now, what's that? That's a friend, right? Just like if you were hanging out with your best buddy and everything, and you were just doing those natural everyday kind of occurrences that happen with your friend, and you were just sharing time, and the next thing you know, the moon came up, the stars are out, and you missed lunch, dinner. It's time for bed, go to sleep. And you can have these same things with a relationship, and they're beneficial too. There's a book, The Outliers, I think it's called, and it kind of talks about the relationship that some of these people that we know now had when they were young kids, like what's his name from Seattle? I always keep forgetting his name. He's the big guy with all the money and everything. But he had a relationship with computers, and that's what caused him, Bill Gates, and that's what caused him to become who he was. His best friend was the computer. You know, he wanted to be around those computers more than he wanted to be around anybody, and that's what he did. And because he wanted to be around those computers, he made relationships with other people that would bring him into having the means of being around his best buddy, the computer. And today, you know, his best buddy's taking care of him in a big way. But I mean, that's how it is. Even with sports figures, you know. I don't know if anybody remember this guy, Pistol Pete Maravich, a long time ago. He used to wear these big woolly heavy socks, but you never saw him without a basketball in his hand. His relationship with that basketball game was such that was his friend. You know, was the basketball. And he made it to the pro. He wasn't, I mean, he was a good shooter and everything, but it wasn't so much the practice and the hard work and stuff. You know, that's important. It was the relationship that he has, with the friendship that you develop with your chosen profession. You know, that's what makes you the best in your field. You know, is that friendship and that relationship. I mean, how can you be the best in you? I mean, you could be the best in your field in any field that you take. A janitor can, you know, be the best janitor in the world. He puts that high gloss on that floor, and now you got to go all the way around the building to come in the back door because he ain't letting you walk on it because he's proud of what he did. He got a relationship with what he did. There are other people just working for money, and they're trying to form a relationship with everything else except a relationship with their self, and a relationship that can be pushed forward by something other than a person, something that's going to make them feel happy and make them have joy in a profession. So they go to work and they don't want to be at work, you know. They just want to get the money. So, in just wanting to get the money, that ain't a friend. That's an acquaintance, you know. That and having an acquaintance with your profession, just like having an acquaintance in anything, is something that has no roots. I don't know the person; it's an acquaintance, you know. You know, what is an acquaintance? Like somebody you went to the cookout at your favorite aunt's house and stuff, and you ended up in a conversation with this person, and you had a real good time in the conversation, and then you leave out of there, and 2 months later, you know, you're thinking about that person, but you don't know the name. You don't know anything. It becomes an acquaintance because you formed a relationship, but it's not a deep-seated relationship. You know, it doesn't have any roots, and that's what happens with the friendship that you form with your job. It doesn't have any roots, you know, in some cases. But the lucky few who really have those roots connected to their job. You don't have to be like Socrates and die for your job. You know, it's like a little over the top. You can always find another job. We don't have those days now. But there are professions, and there are people out there right now that would die for for their country. You know, there are people like I don't use police officers as a model of this thing because I'm sure there's some of those police officers who really took the job to protect and serve. I like to use firemen. Firemen are going to die for you, and they're going to die for your job because some of them so much love the fact that they're a fireman. That's what they wanted to be, a fireman. They learned all this thing. And you could tell those firemen, too. They're the ones who don't have the belly that touches their knees when they sit down. You know, they're the ones that you feel like they can get you out the burning building. They're the one who put all the energy into knowing about the fire science and fires and just the whole gamut of what it takes to be a fireman. And they're the ones just happy in their profession because they have a friendship with being a fireman. And politicians don't have it. Politicians don't have it. No. Policemen, a lot of them don't have it. I feel, in some regard, I feel sad for policemen. Eventually you become a bully. You know, so you never form a relationship that's a friendship type of relationship. You form a tyrannical type of relationship with your job, you know, all that kind of macho growling and stuff like this, all based upon that big Batman belt you're wearing. You take that Batman belt off and you might be a better person, I don't know. But in this day and age you might need that Batman belt. There's some evil out there that's just lurking around the corner, you know? They want to take you out and stuff. So that's a little bit about those things. And the jobs and the people, it all comes to your values and your belief system too. What you value and hold true is what's inside of you, right? That's what you believe this, you know. I believe, you know, you believe that it's good to do this here. Some people might not believe it's good to do that there. Some people, you might believe that it's good to knock on your neighbor's door at 12 o'clock in the night because you heard them crying and screaming. Other people might think, why are they crying and screaming? It's 12 o'clock in the night. Well, they shut up. I'm trying to go to bed. You know, so that's not good. One person sees it good, another person sees it as an evil. So those values and those beliefs are what makes friendships. And those values and those beliefs, they're not just for the human. Like I said, they're for the jobs too. They're for anything you want it to be. You can have many relationships with many people out there, and I suggest everybody has relationships with people out there. Then you don't have loneliness, you don't have depression, because you have a privilege. You have a privilege of being able to just put your arms around somebody and give them a hug just because they're your friend. You know? That's all they are. Here's a hug for my friend. And the privilege grows because the friendship's on levels. Because you can have that mysterious relationship with somebody that just makes you smile that you never have to see. You know? And that's still a relationship that's bigger than the one that you're having with the ones down here with the hugs. But it's still a friendship relationship. And then you couple that with a job that you enjoy doing and stuff like that, simply because it makes you feel good. You know? And that's what friendship and love is all about, is making you feel good. And then when you're feeling good, you can give that to everybody in the whole world, because there's enough good feeling within people to just let it burst on out there and it just falls all over people like the good fairy dust and stuff. Yeah. Why do you think fairies are so happy out there living in the woods in fairy houses? Because they got a lot of friends out there, you know. They enjoy that stuff. I'm about ready to kind of get on out of here, I guess. It's almost 4 o'clock. I don't know if I can read that fast to read this last one, so I'm not going to read it. But I'm going to let you all think about it for a minute and stuff like that. While it's about a serpent and an eagle, right? So I'm not going to tell you about it. I just want to tease you all so that you all want to tune in next week to hear the story of the serpent and the eagle. All right? Because that's going to be a powerful story. It's going to be. There's no lessons here. Archangel is a return to chivalry. And a return to chivalry, just like anything else, is a privilege that we have as people to be able to extend ourselves to other people for no reason other than just because they're people. And the privilege makes you feel good. Yeah? It's something that you can keep with you forever and ever and ever and ever. And it's something that you don't have to share. You can do something nice for somebody and never tell anybody, and just selfishly keep it. When you go in the bathroom and look in the mirror, you can say, "Oh yeah, I did that. That's okay." Well, who is that person? I don't even care. Still a good person, still love them. I'm going to call him an acquaintance. Okay, you can call him a friend. Alright, I'm playing a little Billie Holiday because we got 2 minutes, so I'm out of here. I want to thank all my listeners for tuning in. Tune in again. Tune in radio, 7airradio.com for Archangel, a return to chivalry with Truth and Joe. Alright, I'm out of here. All right.